Hello, and welcome to Timing is Everything, a program of Care Dimensions. My name is Mary Crowe, Director of Professional and Community Education at Care Dimensions. And today we're thrilled to have Amy Rein with us, who is the events specialist. And Amy, thank you for coming on the program.
Absolutely. I'm so glad to be here.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about a really neat thing today. We're going to talk about the Hospice Walk.
Absolutely.
So before we jump into that, Amy, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Well, I am a local resident of Marblehead, and I've worked for Care Dimensions for almost 5 years. And I feel super lucky to work for an organization that has such a special mission. And the Walk is a true example of that mission. So I'm so glad to be here.
Oh, that's great. And I love talking about the Walk. It's a huge event.
Absolutely.
There are many people who have done this and continue to do it. But for the people who don't or have never done the Walk, tell the audience a bit about it.
Sure. So the thing about the Walk is that it's perfect for people who've done it before, and it's a wonderful opportunity for folks to do it for the first time. It's really a time where the entire community comes together and really takes the time to remember the loved ones that have passed on and to pay tribute to them. And the way they do that is just by coming together, engaging in a lot of the activities that we have, sort of looking around and being like, grief is a collective experience, and honestly being with the community, seeing the staff that have helped your loved one through that journey, it really is a time for comfort and healing. And whether it's your first time or your 20th time, it really is special. And that morning, you just see a lot of friendly faces, and there's just a lot of compassion and kindness that is at the Walk. So it's just truly a very special event, and I recommend it to anybody.
Yeah, I agree. It's really powerful. It's, you know, I've been doing, going to the Walk and being a part of it for many years, and it's still, you get chills,
You
really.
do, absolutely.
You know? So, and you were talking about, you know, people who participate in the Walk. Certainly it's people who, in memory or in honor of a loved one, but who else? Who else participates?
Right, absolutely. So we're very fortunate that the Walk takes place at St. John's Prep campus. So a lot of the students come out, and honestly, students from various other schools, Danvers High School students come out, Bishop Fenwick, and a few others. And it really is a time, people might think, oh, a hospice walk, it's really just for people, you know, who've had a recent death or older people, but it really isn't. You know, love and grief is sort of a universal experience, and we're just so grateful. The other kind of groups of people that come out are community organizations, so we're really thrilled with that. And our sponsors, which many of them are our vendors. So wonderful vendors, our pharmacy teams, our durable medical equipment, and all the teams that really help us take care of our patients. They also come out, and our sponsors are just parts of the community that just really believe in what we do. So really it's a full scope experience, young, old, and it's really lovely.
That's really neat. And you know, people are really invested in this.
Yes, absolutely. I think what we all know is that Care Dimensions is really a special organization. And I think once patients and their loved ones experience the kindness, the compassion, the expert care that they receive that really help them, they want to pay it forward. They want to see the caregivers. They also come to the Walk, so many of our Care Dimensions staff, and it means so much for the families to see the nurse or the chaplain or the social worker and to say hi again and to thank them, because they really had a really important, you know, place in their life at a certain time. And we're just so blessed that, you know, the community can kind of come together and realize that it's a time to be together. It's also a fundraiser. And I think what people realize is that our mission can only really be accomplished if we have the financial resources to do and to go above and beyond what is expected. And that is what the Walk does. It really does help support us being able to give the very best care to everybody.
Yeah, so it's really vital. So talk a little bit more about that, Amy, because, you know, where do the funds go? Because people want to know, right? They invest so much of themselves and they're doing this. So I think it's important. So talk about that a little bit, if you will.
Sure. So I think the first thing is that as a hospice agency, we do not turn people away if they do not have the appropriate insurance. So that is one of the first things. Another area that we subsidize is our grief support. So if people in the community have lost a loved one, they can participate in our support groups, and their loved one did not need to be in our care. I know I partook of that, and my mom was not a patient at Care Dimensions. She lived in Florida in hospice, but it was very, very helpful to me, and it was amazing to me that was, a service that they offered, and that there, wasn't a fee associated with that. Another area is complementary therapy, and again, we all know that music therapy and pet therapy, Reiki and massage really do help our patients and our family members as well, just really important. So the Walk funds that as well. Our volunteer program, our great education program that you lead for us. And last but not least, we have something called the Family Fund, and that's a fund that is set up for urgent but not medical needs. So examples of this would be if somebody was a patient of ours in the summer and did not have an air conditioner, their social worker or nurse could assess the family fund and pay for that. You can also pay for rent, groceries, transportation for loved ones to come visit. It really is anything that would really help that family member and patient just have their best day possible. And so the fund really does get subsidized by the Walk. So all of those, as you can see, are really, really important.
It really is. I mean, those are vital things.
Absolutely.
And what I love about it is it's all going back to the betterment of the individual and the families.
Right.
It's really what it's about. And that's truly what the mission of Care Dimensions is, isn't it?
It is. And we're so lucky that as their loved ones pass on and they have a time to reflect, all of our family members are so grateful because of the incredible care that they get. They see how much it meant to their loved one and to their entire family, and they want to stay connected to Care Dimensions. And the Walk is one of the ways where they can stay connected to us. And like I said before, they can pay it forward, which really is a wonderful tribute to their loved one's legacy.
What I love about this event too is, it's really, we're all about a sense of community, right? And this is a true community event.
Absolutely.
And bringing people together, and particularly again around a person's memory or in honor of them, to be able to say their name, right? To keep their memory alive. These are very important things. And as you mentioned, these help in the grief process. These are a really huge component of that.
Definitely, and we have a lot of things at the Walk that really help keep people's, memories alive. So one of the areas is called the tribute area. So we have, large whiteboards where families can, beautifully write a message to their loved one. We have this year a really neat addition, which is called the Hospice Rocks Garden. And local schools and some church groups and some local communities, they are painting beautiful stones with different messages and different images. And it's going to be a beautiful rock garden where people can come to the Walk, look at the stones, see which one might sort of have meaning to them, and bring it home with them.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, and then we also have, our stickers where people can put it on their t-shirts who they're walking in honor and in memory of. And like you said, there's something about, people kind of coming together and saying, we're walking for my husband, my mother, my sister, and families and friends and colleagues come together. And, some of our families come back, year after year, and it's just part of that sort of remembrance cycle. And it really is meaningful to them, and they really do enjoy it. And it can be certainly very uplifting.
Oh, absolutely. Some make their own T-shirts and everything, don't
yes.
they?
Oh my gosh, so many T-shirts. Absolutely.
Which is wonderful.
They have fun names, and they really are creative with the names as well.
That is really neat. Now, do people have to raise money to walk?
No, they absolutely do not. It is a fundraiser, and so there is a component to that, but we want everyone to realize that the most important thing is for you to feel comfortable, to feel part of the community, and to come out and participate and have some comfort and healing. And if you so choose, you may decide to fundraise, and we have some really easy, simple, and gentle ways for people to do that, because it's not always easy. But we do have some simple tasks that can be really successful, and if folks want to do that, we're so thankful and grateful.
And there's no cost to register, right?
Absolutely no cost to register, and it is free of charge, and you just have to go onto our website and you can register, or you can call us and we'll register you for you and all of your team members if you like.
Oh, that's great. Now the walk has been virtual for the couple, because again, here we are, right? We're still living in a pandemic, and that's not something that we can forget, that's for sure. No. But there are certainly, that changed things over the past couple of years, hadn't it?
It has. So this year we're back in person, but the last 2 years we did virtual walks. And when we started to do that, we were trying to think, how can we sort of have that sort of special feeling that we get about, where we're together and that communal experience all by ourselves or in our own families or in our own neighborhoods. So we learned a lot about how to do that. And one of the great things about that is that even though we're back in person this year, we can expand it in the virtual sense as well. So, for instance, we have family members that live all over the country. They might want to participate, but for lots of different reasons, they can't make it to St. John's Prep in October. And so they may do their own walk at their own time, whatever is convenient for them, or they could do it at the same time as their family member who lives close by. A really great example is one of our sponsors, Copyright Clearance Center. They have been part of our walk, I think, since 2003. They're a local Danvers company. And during our 2 virtual walks, they decided to reach out. They're an international organization, so they have branches all over the world. And they decided to offer that walk at the same day all over their, international locations. And those funds were also going to be given to whatever local hospice agency was available in those countries. So on the same day, the company in Danvers, as well as all these other international locations, walked. And so that virtual component sort of opened it up to that aspect. And then there are people who physically are not able to walk. And so the virtual component really allowed people to do whatever they want. We said it could be any activity. It didn't have to be walking. So it could be, having a family barbecue or playing a guitar. It really could be any activity. So that virtual component opened up just the idea that more people can participate, and they can participate in many different ways.
Yeah, I like that, because I think that's hard for people when they feel like when you hear a walk, I feel, people physically can't do that, and that can feel daunting to them, but they very much want to be a part of it. And this is really providing opportunity in so many different ways.
It is so true. The first question that a lot of people ask me is, how long is the walk? Because that is important. And the walk is 3 miles, and we also have a 1.5 mile shorter route. And we also do tell people, really, come on out, even if you can't walk. We have benches and we have chairs. It's about being together, and don't let not being able to walk dissuade you from any participation.
It's breathtaking when you come in and you see all of these people all together, and and again, you're outdoors, people will be safe, all of that, but it's really very it's heartwarming when you see all these people come together out of love.
It really is. For my first walk, I'll never forget arriving at the campus at like 6 a.m. It's like pitch dark, and thinking, what is this going to be like? And all of a sudden, all these people come out to help create the walk village. And then I'm like, are people going to come? And then slowly but surely, you just see all these teams come. And it really is powerful, and it is magical. And a lot of people tell me that once they come that first time, that it's just so amazing that they come back year after year, because there is something about just being together with people and sharing and looking around and realizing you're not alone, because grief and losing someone is such a lonely experience, and it really does help to know that you're supported by a whole community of people.
Absolutely. Yeah, we talk about that, when we do programs, and certainly talk to the audience about grief, and grief shared is grief diminished, and it's so important that we feel a part, again, that you feel connected. People need to have their grief witnessed and to be a part of that.
That's so
and I
true.
think that this is such an important day.
It
So
is.
What's your favorite part of the walk coming again to be in person? And like you said, people know that they can do this not in person as well.
They can.
But what is
certainly.
your favorite part of coming together again?
My favorite part coming together is to reconnect and to see people, to see new people, to see new families, to see the T-shirts and the teams together. It just fills your heart. I work every day and I feel so blessed to hear stories from families about what Care Dimensions meant to them. And there's also something so powerful at seeing so many families, so many friends and organizations and companies coming together to support one another and also to support Care Dimensions. I feel like it's really a full circle.
Yeah.
And I think when anything is a full circle like that, it's very meaningful and very inspirational. And it just fills my heart, and it really lasts for me, for a whole year. And I've missed it in the virtual sense. I've been able to connect with people virtually, and that is great because we can reach more people, but it's a little bit different than having that sort of face-to-face interaction.
Absolutely. And people can do other events too, right? To
Yes.
raise money, to donate it towards the walk too, and you've had other people do that, right?
That's such a
Adults and
fabulous
children
question.
alike.
Yes, so one of the ways that people like to sort of raise money, we've had a few things. We've had a golf tournament. We have these lovely sisters who create these beautiful mandala stones, and they've sold those up in Rockport. We have a walker that's participated for years, and she also makes beautiful stones. She sells them on Facebook, but she has people donate right on her walk page. We have we have a silent auction that's coming up. We have a wonderful concert by Glitters and Guitar. So there's just so many ways that can bring joy and also raise funds at the same time. So people are very creative.
Which I love. And like you were talking about with glitter and guitars,
Yes.
and this is something that they're donating the proceeds from this concert that they're doing to the walk.
Right, and this is the second time that they have done that, and it's so exciting that people can just sort of take what they love to do and really channel it into a way to raise funds, and also just get Care Dimensions' name out there, raise awareness for the importance of hospice and why people should consider hospice and think about that in the back of their minds. So all of these types of things just really spread the word, which is also really important.
Absolutely. So can you talk again, tell people where, when,
Yes,
all of
absolutely. So the walk is on Sunday, October 2nd, and that's at St. John's Prep campus, and that's in Danvers. So registration is open at 8, so you're welcome to arrive at 8. And then we have a short program. It's about 10 minutes or so where we just welcome everybody, and the walk will take place around 9:15. And the way to sort of get involved is to log on to our website, which is just caredimensions.org/walk, and all the information will be there.
And it's wonderful. We're actually pulling up on the screen for
Great.
people. They saw that. So and again, when people have questions, they can give you a call.
Please call anytime. We're happy to register you. We're happy to register your team, your family, answer any questions. We love to talk to you. So don't be shy. Give us a call, send an email, get onto the website. We're always here to help you. We say we're here to help you every step of the way.
Oh,
no
I
pun
love
intended.
I love that. So other things, tell us a little bit more about other things or other ways or things that we haven't talked about yet that you want to make sure people understand about this walk and why it's so important.
I think that, it's really a time for you to really spend a moment and really pay tribute to your loved one and really what they meant, to keep their memory alive, to share that, like you were saying, grief shared, to share that experience with your friends and family that come out, and to really know that you're not alone. And to also realize that by participating in the walk, however small or large you do it, every little bit of participation really makes a difference in allowing Care Dimensions' mission to meet the needs of everybody that's in need, because we really want to make sure that everyone in need gets the most expert care. And so by doing that, you're really helping us, and you're really having the opportunity to, make a difference. And that really is powerful.
Yeah, and you were talking about some of these programs, Amy, and again, I love these programs, whether it be the emergency fund or complementary therapies, things like that. And being a not-for-profit, right?
Yes, that's
again,
very
that money is
important.
all going back into this for people,
Yes.
which is just so heartwarming.
Yes.
But, a lot of times people aren't even familiar with complementary therapies, things like that. And, and they're just what they sound like, right? A complement to traditional medicine. And these things really promote well-being. So, we talk about on this show all the time how, when people are at end of life, that this is a time really that it's, people think of it as just a sad and somber time, but there's a lot of growth and healing that can happen in this time too, and a time for people to live fully for whatever time they have left. So having these complementary therapies is so important because they do promote well-being, whether it be the pet therapy or other things, the music therapy or such. All of those things are very important.
And we're so fortunate that we have a section of the walk called the Canine Corner, because dogs and furry friends are all welcome to the walk, and we have bandanas and photographs. But also at that Canine Corner, we will have a couple of our own pet therapy dogs, just to kind of let the public know and see what it's like, because it's really such a critical thing, and it's really so special. So we're hoping that maybe some dogs that show up and their owners will, maybe take the advantage of that and become their own, pet therapist.
Well, and I don't think people realize too at the walk, like you're talking about all these activities, which is really nice, right?
Yes.
So I love it that there's the Canine Corner and other things. Are there other activities that you're doing there as well? I know you covered a lot of those.
Yeah, so a lot of our sponsors will have tables, and what's fun with that is they come with their own activities. So our local Aberdeen Home Care, they come with these beautiful lanyards and these little Converse sneakers and markers, and they really will hand them out and have people, put a note on it or their loved one's name and wear it around their neck while they're walking. And a lot of our other sponsors too will have really meaningful things that will be able to just, bring your family members, closer to your heart. And so there's a lot of giveaways. Of course, we have refreshments and we will have coffee, and there'll be a lot of people around to just get to know a lot of our board members and staff. So we're really thrilled about that.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, I just want to say, just tell them again where and all of that and how to reach you, because again, I want to really make sure that people have this information, Amy.
So the walk again is on Sunday, October 2nd, and it's at St. John's Prep. And the best way to register is by logging on to caredimensions.org/walk, and you can call 978-223-9787. I'll answer that phone, and if I'm not there, just leave me a message. I really do want to talk to everyone, and I can answer all your questions and help. The walk takes off at 9, but feel free to come by at 8 a.m. and partake in a lot of the activities. And remember, we want to see you. If you'd like to fundraise, that's great, but please don't let that, dissuade you or make you nervous.
Excellent. And I like that they can call too, because not everybody is computer savvy.
That is a good point.
So don't let that hold you back, because again, that you want to hear from people.
We do want to hear from people, and we're always there. We're always willing to take your phone call, and I'm actually working really hard to just really impart the enjoyment and the inspiration and the meaning of this walk. And however we can help you, we are certainly there to do that.
Yeah. Well, I've had the good fortune of being with this organization for almost 17 years, Amy, and I have to tell you, I've been at most of the walks, and they're a very powerful event, I will attest to. So I hope people will really come out in droves for this, or just partake any way that they can, because it really does the heart good, and it makes a huge difference for a lot of people.
It really does. It absolutely does.
So any last words of wisdom or advice?
I guess one of the things that I should mention too for people who are interested in fundraising and who do social media, which I know isn't everybody, Facebook fundraising has really taken off, and it is a very simple thing to do, and that benefits the organization tremendously. It's kind of an easy and gentle way without actually really having to ask people. So once you register for the walk, it's very simple. And again, you can call me or you can email, anything, and we will help you take through the steps. But it's really a way that we have noticed growth in the last couple of years. For a lot of our folks, it's just a simple way, and every single person that does it has been successful.
Oh, that's great.
It's a good secret sauce.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for being on the program today.
My pleasure.
We really
Thank
appreciate it. And we hope that you'll all join us for the walk this year and take part in whatever way that you feel able to do that. And thanks so much for tuning in to Timing is Everything, and we will look forward to having you on future shows.
Home. More than ever, it's your sanctuary. But if you're caring for a loved one with advanced illness, it can feel isolating and worrisome. Care Dimensions can help. As Massachusetts' leading hospice provider, you can count on us for guidance, medical care, and support. We follow all COVID-19 safety precautions to protect you and your family, so you don't have to delay getting the care you need. Visit Care Dimensions online or give us a call.